Hi friends, welcome to Malaology. I am Teresa, Doctor of Metaphysics, here to share fun and easy ways to use mala and mantra for energetic healing and magic and manifestation. So how do you use a mala? It's a pretty simple looking thing, and you've seen people probably do mantra with their mala, but what are they doing? Why are they doing it? How are they doing it? Are there any rules, any traditions that you should be mindful of, right? So let's talk about that. Let's talk about first about the rules. So some of the rules that you'll hear is you have to do it with your left hand. You can't use your pointer finger. Don't let the mala touch the floor. Wash your hands before you use your mala. You should only use your mala each mala should be used for one mantra. Don't use the same mala for multiple mantras. What are some other ones? Don't cross the guru bead. When you're doing your mantra, don't go over the guru bead. Um, don't let other people touch your mala. Don't wear your mala. Don't wear your mala on the outside of your clothes. A lot of these are, in my opinion, just made up. They're just like, they don't serve a purpose. Like somebody was like, okay, let's come up with some mala rules. And they just started coming up with rules to put on malas, okay? Some of them are helpful, all right? So we'll talk about what ones I think are helpful and what ones I think are not that helpful. And then we'll talk about how to actually practice the mala mantra, okay? So you can let your mala touch the ground. Your mala can just go right on the ground. So that's okay. If you're out in the park and you're practicing on your blanket, you can put your mala right on the grass and the dirt. That's okay. Mother Earth, these beads came from Mother Earth, okay? They belong with Mother Earth. Mother Earth loves them. She created them. She's not too dirty for your mala beads. Don't get me started on that because I'm a friend of Mother Earth, okay? And so are your beads. So yes, they can touch the ground. They can touch the floor, okay? If your mala gets dirty, you can clean it. You can just put it in a little bit of mildly soapy water and let it soak there for a minute and rinse the tassel off and then let it dry like that. Puff it up a little bit. Comb it out with a thick tooth comb or even just a retracted pen or something, okay? A non-retracted pen where the ink isn't coming out. So that's the one thing. Your mala can touch the floor. I don't care what anybody says. I've worked with mala for years. I know enough to know that I know spirit of mala. Okay. Um, Another one is you have to use your left hand when practicing mala mantra. Now, this malas originated in Far Eastern countries where the right hand was considered dirty. Okay. Oftentimes it actually, as a practice, was dirty. So you didn't want to handle things that are precious to you with your right hand. Okay. That is not necessarily the case there, and it never was the case in the Western world. So for that reason, if that is the reason that rule is placed on mala, then just discount it. Okay. But there are other reasons that you might want to consider using your left hand. So if you are right-handed, your left hand is considered your receiving hand. If you are left-handed, your right hand is considered your receiving hand. So if your mantra is such that you want to receive something, you're asking for healing, you're asking for love, you're claiming a vibration of attraction, wealth, something that you want to bring into your life, then you want to use your receiving hand when doing it. Now, it'll work fine if you don't use your receiving hand when doing it, but we do have an energy body and we are working with an energy body. And to maximize that energy, it's a good idea to use your receiving hand. If you are claiming something and putting something out there, like if you are expressing, I am bold, I am confident, I am successful, whatever it is, like that, then you may want to use your giving hand. You're putting something out there. You want the world to perceive something. You want the world to receive something. You want to claim something about yourself. Use your giving hand. That maximizes your energy so that your mantra is all the more powerful. Okay? They'll say don't use your pointer finger, and essentially I agree with that because your pointer finger is where the meridian line in your body that expresses will, differentiation of self, fire, um, strength and individuality, it comes out of the pointer finger. Okay? So like if you're accusing somebody by the strength of your will, by anger almost, by fire energy, you will point at them, right? So that's the energy sometimes of the pointer finger. Um, so we're trying to, when we're practicing Mala Mantra, we're not necessarily trying to differentiate ourselves from Source, right? We're trying to reconnect ourselves with Source through Mala Mantra. So using our pointer finger is energetically, I don't think it's helpful. Okay, and that's me. I could be wrong. I happen to have experienced strongly my energetic body, and I happen to understand the energy of my pointer fingers. But I also feel that if you, no, I know that if you feel strongly, differently, there's a reason for that, and that we are all different. Every one of us is different. And I honor if you don't agree with any of these rules. Okay? So I invite you to explore your own practice and to come up with a practice that works best for you because it will be different. It will be different than what works best for me. These are starting points for you to explore and to see what works for you. Okay? And if you find something different, please let me know. I want to know in the comments. All right. Another of these rules, don't let other people use your mala. Now, people do hold energy in their fields. People absolutely do. And our beads do absorb energies, but they're not sponges. Okay? I read tarot cards a lot, and I don't necessarily want other people handling my tarot cards, although it's not the worst thing that ever happened if somebody does, as long as it's somebody who I know and honor their energy as similar to my own. If they are very different than me and they have very different practices and values and ideas than I do, I definitely don't want them touching my cards, and I wouldn't want them touching my beads. So if it is somebody who maybe doesn't believe in the beads, then they would have something, an energy similar to the energy of an evil eye. And this is a very real thing. Believe me, I've experienced it. I know it, okay? If somebody has derision for your practice and they handle your beads, then they could put like a little curse on it, not consciously, but energetically. Just something that would need clearing, something that would definitely need recharging in the moonlight, with selenite, whatever. So the best sanitary practice for beads is not necessarily physically washing them, but keeping them clear of negative energy of outside people, right? That's the best thing to do, is keep them away from negative people. I'm just going to say it plainly. Okay. So, but if it's somebody who is positive and they resonate on a level similar to yours, absolutely, they can touch your beads. They can handle your beads. They can hold your beads. They can possibly wear your beads for a short period of time. I don't recommend that they practice mantra with your beads because I feel like your practicing mantra is infusing your beads with your prayers, and I don't think you need to mix your prayers with someone else's prayers in your beads. They're holding your prayers. Okay. But again, that's just me. Um, Crossing your guru bead is kind of one that I do believe in. It probably is the most superstitious of all the rules. It's the most superstitious sounding of all the rules. Don't go around your mala and keep going around when you get to your guru bead. If you want to, on a 27 bead strand like this, if you want to do 54 mantras, what you would do is get up to your guru bead, and instead of continuing around one more time to do 54 beads, you'd get up to your guru bead and you turn it around. Okay, I'll show you how to do that now. So you're holding the mala between this finger and this thumb. Okay, you could also use this finger and this thumb, doesn't matter. You're going to turn your mala inside out, still holding it between that finger and thumb, like this. Okay, you're just turning it inside out is the best way that I can describe it. And then you're going to put your fingers back inside and your thumb on the outside, and then go back around this way. So let me do that again a couple more times, all right? So you've done your mantra, you've worked your way all the way around to the guru bead. There's nowhere to go past the guru bead unless you want to cross it, which you don't. So you're going to turn your mala around, put your fingers back inside, your thumb back outside, and go back around like this. One more time. You've met your guru bead. Turn your mala inside out, put your fingers inside, and then go back around this way. All right. The reason that I wouldn't cross my guru bead is because ultimately what the guru bead stands for is it's you actualized, or you ascended, or you healed. What it is that you are here for, that you are here to accomplish in this lifetime or this round of lifetimes. The guru bead represents that ascension, that aspect of you that you haven't attained yet, which is why you're practicing your mantra anyways. So if you were to cross your guru bead, what you're saying essentially and energetically is, I've mastered this life. I'm done. I've completed this. I'm like Neo in the Matrix. I know Kung Fu. But that's not the case. Otherwise, you wouldn't be practicing your mantra. So, you honor your higher self when you stop and you turn around and you go the other way without going over the guru bead. You honor your higher self. A lot of people don't like the name guru or the word guru because they think I'm honoring some teacher out there. Okay, and I understand that. Chances are you don't have a guru. I don't have a guru, right? I have a lot of teachers, and I learn a lot from other people, from other guides, gods, and guards, from energies that are above me, and I receive from them, as hopefully do you, right? So we honor them as well. So we're honoring our higher self, we're honoring our actualized self, what we want ourselves to be, what we see ourselves to be, okay? Hopefully one day. But we're also honoring the source of our wisdom, the source of our learning, the source of understanding, those energies that take the time, even though those energies are also aspects of self, that take the time to inform us, that have the patience to attend to us daily with, sending us messages and signs, hearing our prayers, helping us to become more healed, more strong, more clear, right? So this is a practice of dedication. It's a practice of love and commitment. Ultimately, you're committing yourself to yourself. You're dedicating to yourself. You're loving yourself. But by practice, you're also recognizing the power outside of yourself, a power greater than body consciousness, right? greater than this energetic body, this energetic field here and now, right? So we're like the lotus growing from the muck up into light, ascending our energies from the deepest muck of Melketh at the bottom of the tree of life to the self-actualized and the God-actualized true self. And we are in that process. We haven't completed that process by any means. So we honor that process by not crossing the guru, which brings me to the tassel, which actually represents your crown chakra and that actualized self, connectedness to source, right? So when you look at your mala, understand what you're looking at is the version of you that you aspire to. And you want to honor that, okay? So care for your mala. Care for your mala. Recognize that your mala is a gift. It's a gift that you give yourself. It's a gift from source. And whatever it is that brought you to this practice, you've been gifted that practice. So in gratitude, you practice. Okay. What was some other rules that I said? I forgot. I think pretty much those are, some rules that you will hear. Some I agree with, some I don't agree with. I feel that I like to keep my malas on my altar. I keep my malas with selenite to keep them clear. A lot of people think that you need to clear and cleanse the energy from your malas regularly. I don't agree with that. If you are the only one using your malas, or if you're wearing your malas and they're getting your vibe, why would you want to clear your energy from your beads? I just don't see that. Okay, so if you do wish though to clear your malas or to charge them, under full moonlight is a beautiful way to do it. Especially auspicious full moonlights. So check with your astrologers. I have some really good ones I listen to online, and see if the vibe of any given full moon is one that brings blessings, is a gift. Okay, if it is, put your malas in a windowsill or put them on a tray and just place them outside, hang them from a tree, whatever it is. Okay, so those are some ideas. How to practice mala mantra. So you will start on one side of the guru bead and hold your mala between this thumb and this finger, or this thumb, obviously we just have one, and this finger. And you can hold your mala like I grasp it with my pinky. It helps you to pull your mala down. So your thumbnail goes in between the two first beads, and you say your mantra. So we'll say Lakshmi, 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 Lakshmi. Okay, so let me show you with this hand what it looks like. Ganesha, 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 Ganesha. See, I'm not going slow. A lot of people think that to do mantra, you have to really go slow and breathe in with it and breathe out with it. And you can do that if you choose to, but it is not necessary. So you can say your mantra out loud. You can say your mantra very loud. You can whisper your mantra, or you can just think your mantra. So you don't need a voice to practice mantra. Really what you're doing is you're connecting yourself to a word. There is so much power in word. There is so much power in word. That's a whole nother video, the magic of the word. But you want to choose a mantra that matches your intention. And you don't need to, that's one of the rules I mentioned before, you don't need to use one mantra for one mala. Like, oh, this is my Ganesha mala. I cannot say any other mantra but Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, which is a Ganesha mantra. That's not That's not how mala works. Your mala will absorb the power of your prayer. So if you do repeat the same mantra over and over and over again, it will resonate with those words. But um, um, if you say a different mantra every single time you use your mala, it will resonate with that vibration that you're putting in it. And usually it's a much higher vibration than we have in our everyday practice waking life, right? So you're still instilling your beads with blessings, gratitude, healing, whatever it is that you're putting into the beads and claiming for yourself. So you do not need to have a different mala for each mantra. Now, one thing that I do is for each mala. Okay, so this is a carnelian mala, and it resonates with my sacral chakra. So I generally will use my carnelian malas for things that have to do with being nourished, being with self-care, with self-love, with connectedness to nature, that kind of thing. So that vibration, I will use this mala for things with that kind of vibration. Now, an aventurine mala, a green mala, or a pink mala resonates with your heart chakra. If I want to attract abundance, if I want healing, if I want love of any sort, I would use a green or a pink mala, probably, if that's what I had handy. Now, if you have a clear quartz mala, or moonstone mala, or something that resonates with the crown chakra, you could that would resonate with any and all of your mantras. Now, you don't need to use, let me correct myself here, you don't need to use a green mala for mantras that have to do with love, attraction, wealth, healing, anything like that. It's my choice because it's my practice, because I don't just get the benefit from the mantra, I get the benefit from the gemstones as well. And that's the last thing I want to say about mala use. Your your mantra practice, and I encourage you to build a mantra practice, to gather mantras, to create your own mantras, and to find mantras that work for you, and have a store of mantras so that any given day where, oh, I know I need to practice gratitude, you will have gratitude mantras, or you can just say your thank yous with your mala. Thank you for this, thank you for this, thank you for this, right? You want, it's a really good idea to have at least 5 mantras that you are just go-tos, right? For any time, oh, I need to stop and take a minute, center myself and connect to source and spirit, you'll have something handy. Okay? That's a good idea. But the other way to use your mala, aside from mantra, even if you never do mantra with your mala ever, is to wear your mala or to keep it with you. Because the gemstones will bless you. Okay? There's something about the metaphysical qualities of your beads and the workmanship that went into creating your mala and the symbolism of the parts of mala that bless you when you wear them. They dignify your energetic body. They feed your energy. And they remind you symbolically, and they they activate you energetically in positive ways, right? So those are the 2 ways I use my mala. I keep them on my altar so that when I want to appeal to specific angels or guides or guards, whatever, I will put a mala that I think resonates with that energy in front of me so that I can focus on that and I can honor that something physically, with something physically symbolic of it as well. So the last thing I want to say about mantra is when you're doing your mantra with your mala, you are tactily feeling the beads. You're creating a movement and an energy with your hands. You're thinking the mantra and you're speaking it out, whether you're whispering it or imagining it or speaking it, you're using your throat chakra and your crown chakra and your third eye chakra. You're using your body, your will, and you're connecting all of these pieces to one certain energy, one specific word or group of words. And behind that action, behind that very synchronized, it seems like a very simple thing, but there is a lot to it. And they're all very magical things that you're putting together to create a practice of, like I said, healing, manifestation, growth, whatever it is that you're doing. It's a very real practice when you put all of those parts together. Okay, so it's a magical thing. So please let me know what you think about your own practice. If you have any ideas about my take on the rules, if you disagree or agree, I'd love to hear it. If you come up with anything new, and if you have any really good mantras, please put them in the comments below. All blessings, love and light.